Okay, now I know I did a video recently, but this is for the Batman of Neo Gotham. Do I underrate Wolverine as a fighter? Ironically, Wolverine tends to be written one of three ways. He's either written as the samurai, where he's the thinking man's fighter, he's a very well reasoned fighter, he's had great battles against Silver Samurai just using a sword. It's an amazing character that they don't do very often because in the visual media of comics it doesn't work as well. Then he also has what's normally like the ninja version of him. This is when he took down the Hellfire Club, or Enemy of the State. Or the X-Force run. This is where he's predominantly in dark colors, he's taking out guys one by one, he's sneaking people, and he's just drag the body. And then there's the most common version, which is Berserker Wolverine. That's the version you see more often in the comics because it's an easy visual representation. I felt like almost the entire time that he was in the Bendis Avengers, a random person would stab him in the throat, and he'd just be off panel. When Wolverine's written as a samurai, he's an amazing warrior. It's because he's tactical, he's thought-provoked, and he's fighting the dual battle of holding the beast inside internally and fighting the person he's taking out physically. When he's doing the ninja, effectively he's closer to being Batman. Where it's not big, showy, it's I'm going to take you out quickly and efficiently. But at the same time, he's holding back the beast. Because I don't want to make a sound. You're not going to know that I'm coming. You're going to feel a puncture, and your eyes are going to close. That's it. Or I'm going to punch you in the back of the head, and you're unconscious. It's an amazing representation of the character. But people would almost rather see instead, okay, he's going to be fighting Sabretooth, and his clothes are going to be all torn and shreds and blood pouring from everywhere, or he's going to battle an army of ninjas. So he's going to have shurikens sticking all throughout his body, he's going to have swords sticking through him, and he's going to just mash his way through an army of enemies. Or he's fighting Omega Red. Omega Red's going to have a tendril like going through him and coming out the top, and he's going to just be mashing his way through battles. So normally he's written more of the Berserker style, and that's because comics, visual media, it makes sense to do a much more visually kinetic style of fighting. If he was written more like the ninja, then yes, I would easily give him a greater edge when it comes to fighting. If he was at the samurai level, yes. Now all of a sudden, he's thinking through his move and thinking about the opponent's move. So it's my move makes you do this. Here's my counter move to what you're doing. Part of the reason why someone like, Iron Fist was the one that he pointed out. Iron Fist, he doesn't have multiple styles of being written. He effectively has a more contemplative fighter methodology. He's kind of like Bruce Lee. If you ever read Bruce Lee's books, Bruce Lee was very much, I'm quiet, I'm composed, I'm philosophical. You're coming at me, I'm going to finish you quickly and efficiently and keep on going. No real flash, no real flare. It is direct, it's to the point, very little wasted movement. When Wolverine's written as a samurai, same thing. When he's written as a ninja, same thing. When he's written as the Berserker, he's just flailing. All of a sudden he's gone from being a human with skills to an animal. And Iron Fist has beaten him. Spider-Man's beaten him on tons of occasions. He's had issues facing people like Shang-Chi. And normally the reason why he does well is because he just outlasts them. A lot of times that's why he wins. He wins because you can punch him in the head, but he won't fall unconscious. It's like when he faces Hulk. He's not physically superior to Hulk. He's just a healing factor that keeps him going. And then he goes full berserker. Hulk goes full berserker. And they just beat on each other until all of a sudden they kind of go, "Did you calm down? I've calmed down. Let's go get a drink. Are we cool now?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "Okay." "Logan, yeah?" "Why do you just work my eyes and groin?" "Least amount of muscle tissue. It's easier for me to put claws in your eyes and poke you in the groin repeatedly because of the areas that he's actually is the weakest at." If you don't believe me, I think it was Wolverine 150, which was around the time that he was Death and he got his adamantium back. Only thing I had to do is from the bone claws was just effectively defeat adamantium enhanced Sabretooth. And when he's fought someone like Iron Fist has beaten him before too. But Iron Fist's character is geared around his martial arts. And it's geared around his physical abilities. Can Wolverine, does he have a lot of experience? Yes. Does he use it? Not really. When he took on Psylocke in the Psylocke miniseries, the Kill Matsuo, he went from being quiet and contemplative to berserker rage mode. And Psylocke was able to hold his own against berserker Wolverine. Because he's moving fast, moving frenetically, but he's sloppy. That's what it comes down to. You could be someone who's an amazing fighter, but once your head's not in the game, you get sloppy. And against someone who's constantly thinking, sloppy gets you beat. I know George St. Pierre, when he was in UFC, was a boring fighter for most people. That's because he was, who am I facing? I have a game plan. Execute game plan. That was it. He was wait for an opening, exploit it, go forward. Iron Fist and Wolverine have faced many times. Iron Fist actually gets the better of him. I think it was Iron Fist 14, which is the first appearance of Sabretooth. A snowblind Iron Fist was able to defeat Sabretooth. In fact, Sabretooth actually was an Iron Fist villain first. And Iron Fist was able to handily defeat Sabretooth. Normally, of course, he'd do an Iron Fist and punch would knock him out. So he knows how to deal with someone who has a healing factor. And Sabretooth is significantly stronger than Wolverine. Doesn't have the claws, doesn't have the adamantium claws, but he's significantly stronger, a little bit faster, and similar when it comes to recovering abilities. Well, depending on writer, if they do the adamantium poisoning is slowing down Wolverine's recovery abilities instead of the whole, oh, he's fine. That's why when he was bone claws and he lost his nose, his healing was ridiculously high. And also why when they drew his bone claws, instead of them being just the 3 independent pieces that came out, they more like weird scraggly look to them, like he was growing coral from his hands. So it's not that I underrate him. He actually is a very good fighter. It's just that that aspect of him is normally overlooked when it comes to writing. There seems to be this want instead to make him be a wild fighter, instead of a contemplative fighter who has no wasted movement.